again to those of you who are live with me, and welcome to those of you who are watching it on the catch-up. It's lovely to have so many of you back. It's lovely to have new people too. So welcome to the gang, and thank you for being here. So we are doing Wednesday nights now. Last term it was Mondays. This time round we're doing Wednesdays. And I hope that this will form a little bit of a kind of pressing the pause button in the middle of your week. So getting to that hump day is such a wanky phrase, isn't it? Anyway, but getting to the hump day, and being able to just kind of take stock a bit of where the week has been so far. It's like a bit of a kind of a punctuation mark in your week, as it were, and kind of finding this element of pressing the pause button, taking stock, stopping, moving, being still so that you can see how you feel. All of this kind of subtleties of pressing the pause button is something that I'm keen for us to explore a bit over the next few weeks. So all of the practices will be kind of based around a vinyasa style practice with different themes and different focuses. But this kind of thinking around using the time on our mats to really be able to kind of to check in, to press the pause button, to move, but to also use the moments of stillness within the movement to find flow. And I know that sounds like a bit of a contradiction in terms, but to really kind of find flow, to connect, to ground yourself. You can't do it if you're at full pelt, if you are rushing. Excuse me. So I want us to start, being detectives almost, or scientists, and looking at how we can find these moments of pause. So you can see the whole practice as your moment of pause for the week, but then we can drill down into it even more and find the moments of stillness within the practice, and drill down even more and find the moments of stillness within your breath, and all of that kind of groovy stuff. So we're going to be, through all of our practices, looking at different types of flow, because there are different types of flow that you can follow, that you can tap into whenever you are on your sticky mat. So we're going to consider the flow of, you don't have to remember any of this, by the way, we're going to be looking at the flow of our thoughts, flow of our body, flow of our breath, and flow of our prana, our energy. And just using some yogic stuff to be able to tap into some of that. And what I think will hopefully be interesting is when the practices, for whatever reason, are a little bit challenging, and I'm not saying they're going to be like hard practices, we're not going to be in crazy handstands or anything like that, so curb your disappointment if you're hoping for some of that. But when stuff gets challenging, maybe when your arms start to ache, or the little voices in your head start telling you that you're rubbish, or you get out of breath, whatever happens, I want you to be an inquirer about how can you get back into flow? How can you reconnect with your practice? Because as I say on a regular basis, the skills that we learn on the mat are totally things that we can take off the mat. So if we can start building the capacity within our practice to pause, to connect, to build our capacity to stop, then we can start learning how to mindfully respond to situations rather than react, and all that kind of fun stuff. There's a really nice quote that I want to share with you before we carry on, by a yoga teacher called Tyas Little, who I highly recommend you checking out. And he says, by slowing down, we return home and attune to the pulse of prana inside. So I really like that idea that we slow down either in our yoga practice or just generally in our life. And it gives us the opportunity to return home. Because, you know, being in flow isn't about getting anywhere or achieving things. A lot of the time, it's actually just connecting to where we are and realizing that what we need, where we need to be, is actually exactly where we're at, which is kind of annoying, because it's much easier to think that, oh, something out there, if I do that, that's gonna change, whereas actually it's all right here. There's one more quote that I want to share, which is by BKS Iyengar, who was the guru for Iyengar yoga, who suggests that we should always find the repose within the pose. Now, I'm going to admit I had to look up what repose meant. And it is a state of rest or sleep or tranquility. Now, I know if you're anything like me and you're trying to stand on one leg or in a downward facing dog and your wrists are aching or your shoulders are aching, finding a state of rest and tranquility within it, I don't think so. But that's what we're trying to build the capacity to do. And then we can take that skill, find the repose within the pose when we are challenged at work, when we're in Sainsbury's, when someone cuts us up in traffic. All useful skills, right? So we will try and navigate our way through some practices over the next 10 weeks, which will hopefully also give us some skills for when we're not on the good old sticky mats as well. So a reminder that your body is your responsibility. If you have any injuries, anything that's going on for you today when you are about to start this practice, be kind to yourself. If something doesn't feel good, don't do it. Having said that, don't be a wimp. You're sensible humans. You know the difference between a feeling of, oh, that's working a bit, as opposed to, oh, that's an ouchy, stabby pain. I don't like that. So just be kind to yourself, but know where there is a challenge. Know when it would be good to perhaps push your comfort zone a little bit. If you have stuff coming up for you through the practice, so if, for example, your right knee always hurts in Warrior 2, or your back ankle always hurts in Warrior 1, if that kind of stuff keeps coming up, please do either stay on the call in the live classes or drop me an email, because it may be that there are things that I can help you with to make the poses more comfortable. But I can't give like a kind of catch-all, if you have condition A, you shouldn't do pose B, because everybody's different, and condition A for somebody will mean much different things in their body than it will in someone else's. So hopefully that makes sense. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, but at the same time have a little play with what's going on for you. So without further ado, if you're not there already, get onto your mat and lie down. I know, don't get optimistic. Don't be thinking that this is how it's going to be for the next hour. I hate to burst that bubble, but I want you to lie down. So I want you to find whatever lying down pose is most comfortable for you. So that could be flat on your back with your arms just gently resting down by your sides. It may be that you want to prop yourself up with some cushions under your knees. Not knees under your cushions, that would be weird. If you want to bend your knees and have the knees resting up against each other, whatever you need to do, get yourself settled into a Shavasana-like position. And then once you're settled, just let your eyes gently close and take a big breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Good. Do that again. Big breath in through the nose. Big sigh out. One more just like that. Big breath in through the nose. Big sigh out. Nice. And then just let your breath settle into its own natural rhythm. So if it wants to be deep, let it be deep. If it wants to be shallow, let it be shallow. And begin to find a feeling of emptying out before you begin. So we begin the practice as we will end the practice in Shavasana, when we've done a full flow journey. We will come back to this point. So notice now how you feel as a whole. Notice what kind of mood you're in. Notice what your energy levels are like. And remember, there's no right or wrong. I don't want you to try and stop or change or control anything that comes up. I just want you to already start practicing pressing the pause button, tuning in, recognizing this stuff and just kind of parking it. Even if you can't let it go, just park it here. So recognize that a whole load of stuff has already happened in your day. Obviously, there is still time for plenty more stuff to come. But for now, here within our little club, for the next hour or so, it is all about you. And should you feel any sense of guilt about that, consider that you can't be of your best service to the people who need you if you don't top up your own batteries first. So should you have any qualms about being here, spending this time, doing this practice, even if you can't quite bring yourself to do it for you, do it for them. So notice that space between your ears and take a moment just to tune in to your thoughts. Just start to tune in a little more deeply before we start to move. So we're not going to be here for long, just enough to start listening, to start watching. And I want you to notice your thoughts as an interested observer rather than an active participant. And there are a few ways that you can do this. You could imagine that you are sitting at the side of the road watching traffic trundle past, or you could be watching bubbles float by in the sky, or perhaps watching a stream, and each leaf that Moses passed is a different thought. Whatever works for you. But I want you to position yourself as the observer rather than the participant. And if you feel yourself taking a step towards a thought and getting involved in it, that's totally fine. That will happen. You are a normal person. But when you take a step towards it, just notice you've done it and take a step back. And then as you've noticed mind, we're going to have a quick notice of your body. So starting with your awareness up at the top of your head, just taking 30 seconds or so, begin to scan down. And again, I don't want you to try and stop or change or control anything that you find as you scan down your body. This is again just another step in tuning in, noticing what's going on for you without any, just with acceptance. You don't have to like it, you don't have to dislike it, just notice where you are starting from. And then as you've noticed mind, as you've noticed body, begin to notice your breath. And take your awareness down to wherever you can most easily feel the rise of your inhale and the fall of your exhale. So that may be somewhere around your belly button, a little bit above or a little bit below. Just notice. Notice rise of inhale, fall of exhale, cool air coming in, warm air going out. But then as you notice your breath, notice those brief moments of stillness within the breath. So yes, it has its flow, but within that flow, there are moments of stillness, moments of pause, little pieces of punctuation within the flow. So at the peak of your inhale, there's just a pause. And at the very end of your exhale, little pause. Don't do anything to exaggerate or force those moments. Again, I just want you to start tuning in and noticing them. Noticing the pause within the flow. And then keeping that connection to your breath. Place one hand on your belly and one hand up on your sternum or around your sternum, kind of around your heart area. And take a moment to set your intention for your practice. So consider how you want to feel as you move through the poses. Consider how you want to feel when you step off the mat and go back into your day. Consider what you need the practice to do for you right here and now. And if you can, don't think. Don't think about it. Either go with what your gut is telling you or go with what your heart is telling you. Try not to do too much of going with what your head is telling you. Once you've set your intention, remain open-minded to the other good, positive, groovy stuff that may well come along. Good, so with your intention set, you can stay where you are, just gently blink your eyes open. Bring your knees up to your chest and just have a little roll around. So bring the knees up, squeeze them in, have a little roll around on your back, go from side to side. Give the back a little massage as you do. Take the knees around in some circles one way, in some circles the other. You can even take them apart and circle them around. Just give the hips and the lower back a nice little massage. Good, and then bring both feet to the floor, keeping your knees bent. Let the soles of your feet come together and let the knees drop apart so you make like a diamond shape with the legs. And then take your arms up over the head and just have a nice little stretch. Reach, oh dear, reach right up to your fingertips. Have a nice yawn if that feels good as well. So reach up to the fingertips, let the knees be heavy as they can be. And just pause there for a moment. Good, then wiggle the knees back in together. Bring them up into the chest. Keep your right knee up and in and just straighten the left leg out. So right knee draws up and in. Push out through the ball of your left foot. Take a nice couple of deep breaths. And then swap. Bring the left knee up and in. Hold it in, hold around the front of the knee with both hands. Straighten the right leg out. Good. Another couple of breaths. And then swap again. And again, right leg out, left leg in. And one more time, right one in, left one out. And as you're here, just give the feet a little waggle. Give both feet, kind of point the toes, flex the feet, make some circles with the feet. And swap for the last time, left one in, right one out. Circle the feet and the ankles. Good, then bring the right knee back in, hug it in. This time lift your nose up to your knees. Make yourself into a little ball. Now take your hands behind your knees. Either just come and sit up however you want to, or hold behind the knees and have a little rock and roll up and down your spine as many times as you find entertaining, depending on how much you get out. And then when you're happy, next time you come up, sit. And then roll over your knees one way or another. Come on to all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Hands about the shoulder width apart, knees about hip width apart. And we'll just roll through a couple of good old cat and cows to get a bit of mobility, a bit of juice up and down the spine. So with your next inhale, let the spine dip down, pull the heart forwards, gaze goes up. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, get wide across the shoulder blades. Inhale, roll the other way, heart forward, gaze up, tailbone goes up. Exhale, round the back, arch up, good. And keep going with your own breath. And again, this doesn't have to be an artificially deep, forced breath, but at the same time, we want there to be a nice balance within the breath. So there's a feeling of flow there already. And try and feel as much as possible that you are moving equally from the space between your ears right the way down to the tip of your tailbone. And then once you've done a normal cat and cow a few times, you can kind of funky it up a little bit if you want. Why not? It's a Wednesday night. So you can, when you're arching up, push the ribs out to the right, drop the belly button to come down and around to the left, arch up, drop to the right. So it's like you're drawing a big circle in the air with your belly button, rather than it just going up and down, goes out to the right, down to the left. And then go back the other way. You can get your head and your neck involved as well. Basically have a good old shimmy. You can go backwards a little bit into a sort of more of a child's pose, come more a little forwards to wake the wrists up. Just kind of, you know, roll around however you wanna. Good. And then if you're not at the back of your mat, wiggle your way back a little bit so that you can come into a child's pose with your plenty of mat in front of you. Spread the fingers out, let the forehead come down towards the floor. And just try and get a sense of being quite long through the spine. Let the spine just drape over your thighs and reach the arms out. So the arms are active. You're not just kind of flopping totally into a restorative pose. If this isn't particularly comfortable for backs of your knees or your ankles, if you've got a block handy, or if you want to get one for next time, just popping a block between your heels and your bum, or even a pillow, cushion, anything like that, can, for some of us, just make the pose a little bit more comfortable. Because although it's a resting pose, it ain't feeling particularly resting if it feels like your ankles are going to snap. So consider using one of those. Anyway, pause here for a moment, take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, come onto hands and knees and bring the chest forward so you're kind of in half a plank, then come all the way down. Inhale, lift into a little cobra. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, push back to your knees. Exhale into your child's pose. Good, again. Inhale, come forwards to half a plank. Exhale, control your descent down. Inhale, little cobra. Try and pull back with the hands rather than pushing down. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, push back to your knees. Exhale, bum to heels. One more like that, following the flow of your breath. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, come down. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, push back. Exhale, bum to heels. Nice, you can take a bonus breath there. And then come up onto all fours. You might want to take yourself forwards a little bit. Now, child's pose, remember, is there for you to rest in whenever you need. It's there in this practice. We're actually not going to do many downward facing dogs. Having said that, if you need to rest at any time, hit child's pose. It works really well in your yoga practice, but also if it just all becomes a bit too much in the middle of Sainsbury's, on Zoom calls, just, you know, they won't be able to see you doing it, turn your camera off, child's pose, it's fine. So either stay in a child's pose or come to your first downward facing dog. And use your downward dog, use this one as just as another opportunity to tune into the body. So you can give it a slow walk on the spot, bending your right knee, bending your left knee, giving the hips a little rock and roll from side to side. And again, just seeing what feels good, seeing what feels a little bit sticky. But remember, everything can and probably will change. So bear that in mind. Now look at the space between your hands. Bend your knees and one way or another, get your feet into that space, or at least somewhere in its general vicinity. Soft knees, inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soft knees, fold all the way down. Just try and melt into the legs a little bit. Do that twice more. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Next inhale, you're coming all the way up. Push down to rise up, reach up to your fingertips, and then exhale, pull the arms back down by your sides. Good. Stand at the front of your mat if you are not quite there already. I'm going to pop this blind down because the light seems to be going a bit weird. Bear with. Once you are at the front of your mat, lift up onto your toes and roll back onto your heels. So lift up onto the toes, roll back onto the heels, and just bring some awareness down into the soles of your feet. I like to have my feet hip width apart when I'm starting. If you prefer to have yours touching, totally fine. But just lift up and roll back down, and then make that lifting and rolling, make that movement a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller until you arrive at stillness. Ground, base of your big toe, base of your little toe, middle of your heels. Feel that as you ground down, stuff can't help but lift up. So feel that lifting and that activating from the soles of your feet, up through your thighs, up through your pelvic floor. The heart lifts a little. Top of the head lifts up towards the ceiling, but shoulders drop down away from your ears. So you feel opposing forces at work, grounding through the feet, lifting up through everything else. Turn your palms, spread your fingers wide as if there was like little sparks of electricity zinging out from them. And then just take an inhale and an exhale. So we're going to do a little practice where we just keep adding poses on. So it's not a traditional sunny A or sunny B practice. We're just going to get straight into finding our flow. Remember, you can rest at any time. So start by, again, just take an inhale and an exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up, hands touch, clasp your left elbow with your right hand, cross your left foot over your right. Then exhale, take a side stretch over to the right. Good. Inhale, come up, let go and swap. Right leg crosses left, hold your right wrist with your left hand and take a side stretch to the left. Inhale, reach up, release. Exhale, swap and go to the right. Again, inhale, reach up, swap. Exhale, go to the left. Good. Inhale, reach up, swap, go to the right. Inhale, reach up, swap, go to the left. Simple so far, right? Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, pull your arms down by your sides. Good. We add on. Inhale, reach up. Hold your left wrist, step the left foot over. Exhale, out to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall, swap everything. Exhale, over to the left. Now, inhale, back to center and reach up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Soft knees come all the way down. Inhale, halfway up and lengthen. Good. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to rise up, reach to your fingers. Exhale, pull the arms down. Good. We repeat that, then add on. Inhale, takes you up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, takes you up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up and lengthen. Now we add on. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Ground everything and inhale, reach up, reach to the fingers. Exhale, hands down, step forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, all the way up, push to lift. Exhale, pull the arms down. Good, same thing, different side. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, ground down to reach up. Exhale, hands down, step forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, pull the arms down. We add on. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. So I'm just laughing at me, I nearly fell over. Inhale, come up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up to the center. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up for your lunge. Now we add on. Bring the hands down to the floor and take your bum back and pull the toes of your left foot up towards the ceiling. So it's kind of a little sort of almost a runner's lunge, really. Try and keep the spine long and think of taking your chin towards your shin not dropping your nose towards your knee. Just one breath here. And then we go back to the beginning. So left foot comes down, right foot steps forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft knees go down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. We just keep flowing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, push down to rise up in your lunge. Then hands to the floor. We're going to take that lunge on this, the kind of runner's lunge on this side. So a little practice, take your bum back, pull the toes of your right foot up to the ceiling and breathe. Remember, think chin to shin, not dropping nose to knee. Be kind to this front knee, don't push it down towards the floor. You always want to feel like you're kind of dragging that right heel back towards you a little. Good. Plant the right foot down, step the left foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees come down. Inhale, rise up with confidence. Exhale, pull the arms down. We just keep going. Inhale, take it up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, find center, reach up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands down. Just for one breath, take your bum back, toes go up towards the ceiling. Now we add on. Left foot comes back down onto the floor. Right hand comes down to the floor next to it. Put your left hand on your left knee and turn to the left. Push down through the hand, both hands, to get a little bit of gentle leverage to start finding a twist. If this twist is good for you, you can juice it up a little bit by tucking the toes of the back foot under, pushing the back thigh up, not lifting the bum, just lifting the back thigh, and maybe you take the left hand up as well. But whatever version works for you, we add in a little twist. Good. Then left hand comes down, step the right foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, pull the arms down, pause but flow. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, take it out to the right. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, take it to the left. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, fold you down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. To the left side, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale to your lunge. Then exhale, hands down. And then take it back, pull the right toes up to the ceiling, take the left bum, take all of your bum back a little bit. Then plant the right foot, we add the twist. Left hand to the floor, right hand onto your right knee. Push down through both your hands and turn your ribs towards the right. Ground that front foot really well. Your decision, either you stay working here or tuck the toes of the back foot under so that the back knee lifts actively off the floor, and maybe you reach the right arm up as well. Then wherever you are, both hands to the floor either side of the right foot, step the left foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, pull the arms down. Pause. Step the feet about hip width apart. Either bring hands into a prayer or one hand on your sternum, one hand back on your belly, and allow your eyes to gently close. We'll put the pause in so that we stop the flow, just so that you can tune in. Notice. Notice your breath. Notice your thoughts. Notice your energy, your prana. Notice your body. Notice what's changed. And notice if any of those one things is more distracting, if any of those one things is taking you out of pause, of connection, of flow, what can you do to bring it back? Notice the pause in the breath. Notice that you are just the observer of your thoughts, that they're not true. Notice that your prana, your energy will peak and trough, and that's fine. Just pause, notice, and we move on. Hands back down by your sides, open your eyes, just take an inhale and an exhale. Adding on, inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, take your bum back, pull the left toes up. Exhale, plant the left foot down. Inhale, reach into whatever version of the twist you like. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Now, pause here, bring the right knee down. So we're going to add on, and this, if you overthink what we're going to do next, it makes it harder. Ain't that the truth in life, though? So, if you want to watch me do it first, feel free to do so, and then we'll have a go at it together. So, I've done my twist, my left foot is forward, and then I bring my left hand back down. I'm going to take my right hand a little bit more forward, so it's slightly ahead of my shoulder. I'm turning my left toes out, and at the same time, I've gone onto the outer edge of my right foot. So I'm resting on the little toe side of my right foot. I'm going to let my right hip come down to the floor. I'm actively reaching my left hand back to my right foot. Then I'm going to push down and pivot everything back to face the front. With me? Good. So we'll have a go together. So from your lunge, you do need to have your back knee lifted. So take the right hand forwards a little, turn the left toes to the left, and come onto the outer edge of your back foot. Then let the right hip come to the floor, reach back through the left arm, pause, smile, push down to come back and face the front once again. Step the right foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down and pause. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, pull the arms down. Is it the end? Is it the beginning? We don't know. We inhale, we go back up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, pause, reach up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale to your lunge, reach up. Good. Exhale, hands down, pull back, right toes up, bum goes back. Inhale, right foot down, left hand down. Now take your twist, one way or the other, twist to the right. Now we'll take this side slowly as well, so that we can have a practice run of doing the funny sort of sideways lungey thing. So from here, left hand goes forwards a little bit, turn the right toes out, and at the same time, pivot to the outside edge of your left foot. Let the left hip drop down and reach towards the left foot with your right hand. Good. Then push down to pivot back to the short side of your mat. One more time. If that's a bit much, just kind of get there how you can. Left hand forwards a little bit. Right foot turns out. I'm on the outer edge of my left foot. Left outer hip comes down. I'm reaching back actively towards my back foot as if I'm yearning for it. I don't know what I would be. I push down so that I can pivot back to face the short edge of my mat. Then step the left foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to come all the way up. Exhale, pull the arms down and inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, hiccups. Reach up to center. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up from your lunge. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Take your bum back, let the toes lift from the front foot, and then place the left foot back down. Right hand to the floor, twist to the left. Maybe you take the left arm up. Now we're going to do that funky little move. So, right hand goes forwards a little bit, left toes turn out. You dip down, coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Good. Now come back to face the front and pause here for a moment in a runner's lunge. So your back knee is off the floor, your left leg is bent. Now I want you to straighten your left leg and at the same time pivot to now face the long edge of your mat. So you've turned to your right. Bring the hands down onto the floor, or as close as you can, onto your thighs or legs if you need. Inhale, lift the heart and lengthen. Exhale, gently fold down. Couple of breaths there, just to get used to being in this shape, in this pose. If the breath is speeded up, now can be your opportunity to get it back under control, maybe even tune back in to those minuscule pauses, peak of the inhale, end of the exhale. Good, then from wherever you are, inhale, lift halfway up. Now we're going to add on another pose to keep it going. So this time I want you to turn to the back of your mat. So your right foot is now in front of you and your left leg is behind you in like a runner's lunge. And now we're going to do that same drop hip pose that we did on the other side. So left hand comes in front of you a little, turn the toes, right toes out, come down to the outer edge of the left foot and reach the right arm back. Good. Now, pause facing the short edge of your mat. Straighten the right leg, turn back along the long side of your mat. But then keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. So you're now back facing the front of your mat with the left leg in front of you. Step the right foot in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, pull the arms down. Inhale, reach the way up. Cross the foot, exhale over to the right. Inhale to center and cross. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, ride the breath down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Here we go. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Now take it back, bum back, toes up. And then plant the right foot down. Take your twist to the right. From there, sneak the left hand forwards a little. Turn the toes of the right foot out. Come to the outer edge of your left foot. Let the left hip drop down. Reach the right arm back. Then pivot so you're facing the front of your mat again at the short edge. Now straighten that right leg. Turn to the long side of your mat. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart and lengthen. Exhale, take a forward fold. Couple of breaths here. Ground the feet. Keep a little bit of softness behind the knees if you can. Try and keep the spine long. Good. Inhale, lift the heart and lengthen. You're going to turn to your left and pause in a lunge. But now you're going to keep turning. Take the right hand in front of you. Turn the left toes out to the left. Come to the outer edge of your right foot and let your left hand reach back towards your right foot. Good. Then back to facing the short edge of your mat with your left foot in front of you. Turn back the way you came through the long side. Keep turning, keep turning. Your right foot is now in front of you. You're at the front of your mat. Step the left foot in. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down, soft knees. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, pull the arms down, don't stop. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, right over left, bend to the left. Inhale, reach up and swap. Exhale, take it to the right. Inhale, reach up and pause. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands down, take it back. Good. Come forwards, right hand down, twist to the left for a breath. Then take the right hand forwards a little, turn the left toes out, come down onto the outer hip. Good. Push down to rise back up. Then keep turning to the long side of your mat. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down and pause just for one breath. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Good. Pivot, face the back of your mat, pause, right leg is in front. Left hand, move it a little bit ahead of you. Turn the toes of the right foot out. Come to the outer edge of the left foot. Left hip comes down. Good. Now reach back up. Pause at the short side of your mat. Now walk back through the long side. Pause here for a moment. Inhale.
Exhale, go down just for a breath. Inhale, reach up, lengthen. Pivot back to the front, left foot is in front. Now, step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good, one more. Inhale and exhale. Stay where you are or do child's pose. If you want to add a little something, bend your knees and take your bum back as far as you can and do like hovering child's pose. Then straighten your legs back to down dog. And do it again. Bend your knees, hovering child's pose, back to down dog. This bit's entirely optional, as is all the rest of it. One more time. Bend the knees, hovering child's pose. Straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Look at the space between your hands. Step your right foot forwards. Pause in your lunge. Step the left foot forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, pull the arms down, nearly there, I promise. Inhale, take it up, side bend to your left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, take it to the right. Inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen to the left side. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, push down to rise up. Exhale, hands down, bum back, toes lift. Right foot comes down, left hand comes down. Find your twist, whichever version works for you. Good. Left foot, left hand forwards a little. Turn the right toes out. Outer edge of the left foot, left outer hip comes down. Good. Take it back into your lunge. Then pivot to the long side of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soft knees, fold for one breath. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Keep turning to the back of your mat. Take your runner's lunge. Now, right hand in front of you, toes turn out. Right hip comes down to the floor. Good, lift up to come back to your lunge. Then walk your way through the long side. Inhale, halfway up, pause. Exhale, fold down, pause. Inhale, come up, lengthen. Now turn to the front of your mat, right foot in front. This time we step back to your downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 breaths. Notice how it feels to be still. Notice where you can find that stillness in the breath, stillness in the body, maybe a moment of stillness in the thoughts. Tune in. Good. Stay as you are, or do child's pose, or exhale, hovering child's pose, bend the knees. Then straighten the legs, downward dog. Again, bend the knees, bum back, hovering child's pose, don't let the knees come down. Push back, down dog. Maybe one more, bend the knees, hover the knees, and then straighten the legs, down dog. Good, look at the space between your hands, bring your feet into it. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale takes you down. Use the full inhale. Inhale, push down to rise up.
Exhale, pull the arms down. Amazing. One hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Feet hip width apart, let the eyes fall closed. And notice. Notice your thoughts. Notice your body. Notice your breath. Notice your energy. Notice that it's only by stopping sometimes, it's only by pausing, it's only by tuning in that we stand a chance of connecting to flow. It's only by savoring these little moments of punctuation in the movement, in the chaos, in however that practice felt to you. Sometimes you need a little bit of that to just appreciate the stillness. Dropping into a place where it is possible to tune in despite whatever may have just happened, which hopefully didn't feel too chaotic. Little sunny A to get us to the floor. So let the hands come down, gently blink your eyes open. At the front of your mat, nice, easy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soft knees, fold down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, hands down, take both feet back. Bring your knees down, bring your chest down, come all the way onto your belly. Inhale, take a little cobra. Exhale, roll down. Push back onto your knees and take your child's pose. This time you can let the hands come back so they reach back towards your feet so that it's more of a restorative pose if that feels comfortable for you. Don't forget you can always put a block under your forehead or a block between your heels and your bum to make it feel a little more restful. Just pause here and again, enjoy the stillness. Even though there's a lot of movement going on the inside of you, enjoy at least the stillness of the outside parts of you. A couple of breaths deep down into your belly. Then when you're ready, gently slide forwards so that you're lying face down on the mat. And then turn over onto your back. We are merely a few breaths away from starting where we began. However, before we get there, as part of this practice, as part of these practices, I want you to tune in, and I want you to do that now and notice what it is you need to be able to settle into your Shavasana shape. So does your body need a little twist to each side? Does it need happy babies pose? Does it need to do like we did at the beginning, to bring your knees up, hug them in and have a little roll around? Perhaps he just wants to go straight into Shavasana, which is fair enough. But this part of your practice, just as important as everything that has gone before. I still want you to cultivate that tuning in, being able to listen to what your body needs here and now. And then once you've spent a few moments doing whatever you need to do, now you can settle into your favorite Shavasana shape
whether that's flat on your back or knees bent or propping yourself up with some pillows, or you can even sit up if just lying on the floor is not comfortable. But if you're taking the traditional Shavasana shape, your palms turn up to the sky, feet fall apart, and your arms rest comfortably by your sides. And once again, just take a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a big sigh. Good. And again, inhale, big breath in. Exhale, big sigh out. Nice. At least one more breath like that. In through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Then let your breath settle into its own natural rhythm. And once again, allow yourself to arrive back into this space. It's all too tempting and it's all too easy, I know, to stop your practice here, but these bits are just as important as all the bits that have gone before. So on your next exhale, allow your arms and your legs to grow heavy. On your next exhale, allow your hips and your pelvis to sink a little deeper into the mat. On your next exhale, allow your eyeballs to rest heavier in the eye sockets. Release any furrows from your brow. Soften your jaw. On your next exhale, allow your whole body to sink a little deeper into the earth. But at the same time, feel the earth rising up beneath you, supporting you fully so you can completely let go. If the breath had words associated with it, the inhale would say let, and the exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. And exhale, go. Allow yourself to rest here for a few minutes of silence, and I will tell you when it's time to move on. For now, just allow yourself to breathe and be here now. Stay exactly as you are. Just notice where your mind may have wandered and gently bring it back. Bring it back into your body and notice how you feel. If there is good stuff there, allow it to be fully felt. Allow that feeling to radiate up to the top of your head, down to the tips of your toes, out to each of your fingertips. Feel as if you are marinading yourself in it as it permeates every cell. And take a big breath in through the nose and again sigh it out through the mouth. As you begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and maybe rotate your wrists and rotate your ankles. Then make any moves you need to roll onto your side and pause there for a moment. And then when you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position, either with your hands in a prayer shape in front of your breastbone, or you can have one hand on your belly, one hand over your heart center again. Take a moment to remember the intention you set back at the beginning of class. Remember how you wanted to feel and breathe life back into that intention with a big inhale, and let it go with the exhale. Allow the corners of your mouth to lift into a smile. Keep that on your face for as long as you possibly can. And namaste.